X Harper, WWE 2k19 content update. What? Guys, we're back with another video. I actually wanted to do universe mode today. That is the truth. That is my confession as we start this video. But what happened was, while I was writing the booking sheet, and what I do is two things. I obviously do a booking video that you guys get to see, but I also do, using my notes on my computer, I actually write out all of the matches and basically all of the spots that happen in each match, so that when I go live, I can create the kind of match and tell the story in the match that I want to tell. When I was doing that for my next event, which is Raw, I realized that I wanted to add a few more attires on the game that I didn't actually have already, and in order to make the game feel a bit more authentic and to sell the story to you guys, I needed to create some more attires. Now what that did, it did what it always does to me. It led me to like a whole morning, almost a whole day of creating and editing the game. So what I've done is gone in and created 6 new attires, alternate attires for wrestlers that I have, and I'm going to share those with you now, show you what I've created and why. I obviously won't go into too much detail, but we will start with The Rock. Now, I use these, remember, for my universe mode. It's sort of a hybrid of the Attitude Era and the modern era, and then I kind of mix it all around, try and pull out the best of the past and the best of the present, and put it all together. So here's my Rock, and this is the new attire. So for those of you who have seen universe mode for me before, you'll know that the Rock, I always go with these old school Rock trunks. The difference is now I have gone into Photoshop and created this customized Rock Nation of Domination coloration scheme. I don't know what to call it, but it's just this little bit of design work that I've done. I've added the Brahma Bull into the red. I just basically had a look at the other designs that Farouk, Karma and D'Lo had, and I noticed that they all have their own designs, so I thought, wouldn't it be cool if The Rock had like a silhouetted Brahma Bull in his, and I think that looks really cool. So that's the first outfit that I've got for The Rock, and that's like my old school, what I would have wanted him to look like kind of deal. And then I also needed a manager outfit for The Rock, so I'm going to show you the one that I've created here. And I absolutely love this one. The minute I created this, I was like, wow, I've actually created something that could have been a Rock that came out during the Attitude Era. So I'll tell you how I created this one, because it's a little bit more detailed than the other one before. Obviously, giving him the Rock's glasses, they are the number 2 glasses from the top. You can see they're perfect. Then I just went in and changed the frames to metallic. I also changed the glass to metallic because metallic has this really nice shine to it. It actually looks more like glass than anything else, so I always do that. And as you can see, we've got the Rock's glasses on the game now. For the upper body, pretty simple. I just went into jackets and selected this one here, and then just changed the color. I also changed the material to velour, so it gave it a bit more of a sleek shine, and I think you'll agree that that makes it look a little bit more higher class. Then what I did, I just added a bracelet and a watch, changed the colors of the watch and the bracelet, changed the material to metallic so that they have this metallic shiny feel, and obviously made those nice and gold because The Rock had loads of bling back then. And then with the lower body, I used these bottoms here because they're the thinnest at the base, they're the thinnest at the ankle. They look a little bit more customized, a little bit more classy and expensive. Then finally for the boots, I did the crocodile shoes and then just made them black, and they look absolutely beautiful. I think they look great for The Rock, and especially for this attire, it just looks perfect. So I'm really happy with that. I've got 2 new attires there for The Rock. That is what I've used to create what I've called Nation of Domination 2 and the manager attires. Like I said, the Nation of Domination 2 attire is going to be his default in my universe mode. So that's the one I'm going to use. If you guys want to create any of these, by the way, please follow the instructions that I've just given you. You can see all of the formulas I've used and what attire elements to create those look and feels. If you want any of the specific elements like the Nation of Domination customized branding for The Rock, you're going to have to reach out to me. Message me on here, message me on Twitter at xharperco. Just find me, message me, let me know, and I will send it you. Or if I get enough demand, I will simply go and put it on to the community creations. Now, the next one was another Rock one. So after I did the first set of Rock new attire and the managerial attire, I realized that it had now outdated the current attires that I had. So I went in and updated the attire that I had here. And as you can see in front of you, I've updated those customized branding elements to the sides of the trunks. I've also updated the color scheme for the Brahma Bull and the Rock font. So that's one of them. Then I've got a pay-per-view version of the Rock, which is basically the same, but all I've done is gone in there and selected gold and silver for the Brahma Bull and the the font respectively. Now, for the outside, I did use glitter for this one, just so that it gave it that little bit of added color variation. And I just love the way glitter shines on this game. That was a really good addition from them this year. So that's it, guys. You can see the Rock's full attires there. And as I said, if you want any of these parts, and I'm going to keep saying it, if you want any of these parts at all, just ask me, message me, and I will send them over to you. If it's an individual request, I can just Google link you the file. If not, I'll put it on community creations. So the next one after the Rock, we're going to go to alternate attires. The next one was Jake the Snake Roberts. This one was a much more simplified update than the Rock's, which was a bit more of a design overhaul. Now, for those of you who know Jake the Snake Roberts, I always like his original OG attire, so that's the one that I always put on the game. However, for my pay-per-views, for my big main events, I actually gave Jake Roberts his other trunk design that's on the game. But what I did, I went on there, and after thinking it through, I actually really love the old school design so much that I went and changed his pay-per-view outfit. And obviously, as you can see, I've changed the colour to black. I've changed the boots to black. Some of the stuff that I've done that you may not notice, velour material for the snake. That is both parts of the snake. And I've changed the boot colour. I haven't actually changed the material, but I just changed all of the boot colour. Other than the little metallic studs where the laces go through, I made those gold just so that it adds a little bit of difference with colour, so that he's not just got all black boots. So that, guys, is Jake Roberts and how I've made him look and his update. I've now got 2 more updates for you to show you. The next one is actually the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. So we're going to jump over to him now. Just let the game load all of these new attires that I've got. So again, like I said, with The Rock, I needed a manager outfit. I actually need the same for Shawn Michaels. So what I did was go into his and create a new manager's attire. What I actually did with Shawn Michaels, I use him in my showcase mode a lot. If you follow me on social media, you'll know that I do a lot of matches, old school classic matches in the game. I take pictures and then I post them on social media. So what I end up doing is creating loads of attires for Shawn Michaels. I basically went in, deleted the ones I don't want, and then added the new ones that I do want. One that I deleted used to sit here, but now I've added Shawn Michaels manager attire. As you can see, what I've done is used an attire that he had during the Attitude Era, and I've taken away the wristbands, the wrist tape, whatever you want to call that, added a DX top, and that is the attire that my Shawn Michaels will wear at ringside as a manager. The other attire that I've just changed for Michaels, I'm about to show you, but it's saved under another Shawn Michaels alternate attire slot. So we'll jump over to that one next, and I will show you what I did with that one. As I said, we've just got to wait for the game to load. So there's pay-per-view manager. I don't know where that one's gone, but it was there a second ago. There's pay-per-view and manager for Shawn Michaels here. And then the second one is down here, WrestleMania 14 and blue. That kind of gives away what I've done here with Shawn Michaels' character. You will see that I've created or recreated the WrestleMania 14 attire that Shawn Michaels wore. The reason that I've done this, one is that it's the DX attire and I love it. The second one is that I'm actually going to do, and this is a spoiler alert, I'm actually going to create Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold Austin at WrestleMania 14 in the WrestleMania 14 arena that I've created that you can download on game right now. And then I'm going to do a showcase mode with that match. But I figured I can use this attire in the game. Finally, all I've done is moved over the blue outfit that I'd already created. This was one that he wore during the sort of 95 to 97, well, 95, 96. Michaels wore this outfit quite a lot, so I wanted that on the game. That is also one of the default outfits I tend to use, but now I think my WrestleMania 14 is going to take over as the default attire for Shawn Michaels. Again, one bit to add before I leave on this Shawn Michaels one. I made his attire velour. I love velour because it adds a sheen, and you can see as the light glares off of the material, it gives it a little bit of a shine. I also made the blue bit glitter because that's what it looks like, and I updated the colours. As usual, the game has got the colour scheme wrong, so I went into the network, WWE Network, watched the event, and I think I've upgraded the colour as close to the real thing as possible. So you guys should do that. Always make sure to just double check attires before you change colours. Make sure that the colours are what they were authentically, whether that's a current superstar or when it's based on, specifically when it's based on older superstars, because if you go and watch the network, the TVs, the cameras that they used, obviously they're not as high quality, high definition as they are now. Plus, film fades over time, so some of the colours just don't come out right. So it's always important to go in, have a look from different camera angles, get the colour right, and then come back and match it. Finally then, my last attire update in this video is Randy Orton. Now, my Randy Orton update wasn't great at first, the very first one I used, and I really struggle with Randy Orton every year on this game because I love his outfit. It should be one that's really easy to just change and update and make look better with different colour schemes. But for whatever reason, I really struggle. However, this year I think I've nailed the best ever colour schemes that I've managed with Randy Orton. So what I've done is I've gone in and created a new default attire, which is this one, this red attire here. And all I've done is taken the gold out. It used to be red and gold with black trunks, but I just thought that the gold inside the red just made it look too artificial, and it just didn't look right to me. So I took that out, made it black, and instantly it's made a difference for me, and I've kept that attire. So I'm going to keep that one as a default, which I'm just going to set right now, just so that the game doesn't get confused later. And then my final one, I updated the pay-per-view attire. I call it pay-per-view attire, but it's usually whenever a wrestler is a champion or they're wrestling in a big main event pay-per-view, I will switch this attire on and they can wear this, and it usually involves a black and gold colour scheme. But as you can see, this one's black and gold. And again, I just edited the gold. I made it a little bit duller than it was before. It was too shiny before. Now it looks a little bit more natural. It sits on the trunk much better. and it's not as obvious that it's there, but you can still see it. And that's the big thing for me when I've got attires. I want them to be subtle but obvious at the same time. It's trying to get that balance where the viewer, you, can see the difference between the red one and the gold one, for example, with Randy Orton, but also just making sure it's not so bright that it's burning your eyes out of your forehead. So that is it, guys. They are the 6 attires that I've added to the game. I hope that you like them. Please, please, please keep watching my videos. On Monday of next week, I'm going to be producing a universe mode video, and you will see all of the attires that I've just created in that universe mode live on Raw is War. So watch that. Please, if you've liked this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, share the video with people, let others know that it's here. If you don't like it and you're going to give it a thumbs down, don't be a thumbs down troll. Please leave a comment, leave some constructive feedback for me, and I will try my best to accommodate your requests and feedback and make these videos as good as I can for you moving forwards. But as for now, I am X Harper, and you have been awesome. What?